Hey, Sal.
Hank, what's going on? We haven't worked a case in years.
I just bought my car at Carvana, and it was so easy. Too easy.
Think something's up?
You tell me. They got thousands of options. Found a great car at a great price. And it got delivered the next day.
It sounds like Carvana just makes it easy to buy your car, Hank.
Yeah, you're right. Case closed.
Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Saints Block Party podcast coming at you. Adam, live from Indianapolis at the Combine all week and joined by my guy, Wolf, a.k.a. Ryan. And setup's a little different. I am joining you from my hotel room in Indianapolis. Been a very busy week, but thank y'all for joining. So this isn't a live stream. This is just, we're recording. I didn't trust the hotel Wi-Fi, but Saints Block Party podcast presented to you by Precious Works LLC. Hit up our guy, Bajan, for any business website needs. Been a very festive week, Wolf. A lot of things going on. Work. NFL, got some Saints news to talk about. I want to try to get into all the things I want to hit on this episode. I know you got the adapter, so we got like maybe a 50-minute time limit in terms of how much we can record. I don't want the internet to drop in this hotel, so let's just kind of dive right into it. But before we dive into anything, I just want to, can I just clear my chest, Wolf? Can I clear
Get it off
my chest a little bit, bro? It is an honor, pleasure, privilege to be, to get credentialed to be at the Combine. I still remember the days when, way before doing any podcast, just being a Saints fan in the week of the Combine, you checking your phone. And this was like when Twitter was like kind of in this golden age, and you'd get all the updates from the beat reporters about what the prospects were saying and all that. And so now and I know what it feels like to be a fan getting that information. So now to be on the other side of it, like, I don't take that shit lightly. Going into the media room, it's still a very predominantly, super white male room. I'm seeing more people of color, more blacks in the room and women, which is great to see this year compared to last year. But we've worked hard to build this podcast. We're going on year 6, and we're not hard to find, right? So maybe there's not a rule for it, but I feel a certain type of way when I'm able to ask Sean Payton a question about Drew Brees going in the Hall of Fame yesterday, and you have a Saints beat reporter and Jeff Duncan just transcribe the whole thing, Wolf. Like just stole my whole flow bar for bar, Wolf. Not a single mention of where it came from. And I get it. Jeff Duncan's blocked. There's been many times where
I'm about to say, listen, to his credit, he is blocked.
Listen, you can type out per Saints Block Party podcast. Like, you don't have to put the at. You can type it out. Got people like, I don't even know, like Trace or whoever it is, like my question to Ruben Bain today, like, respectfully, come here and put the work in. Like that, come here and put the work in. I'm out here, and this is not me complaining, this is just the reality of the situation. I'm out here on some old, almost 40-year-old plantar fasciitis feet, standing 4 or 5 hours a day, because this is like, it's a privilege and honor to be in this space, and being here, I quickly realized how a lot of people don't have that same mentality, how a lot of people don't have that same mindset, because on the flip side, like, it's work and it's job and it's a career for them, but like, shit, most times, not all the time, most times, like, you got a company paying you to come out here. Like you're not paying it out of your own dime to be able to continue to build and grow. So I had to clear my chest, and I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna be at the Caleb Downs pressure. I'm gonna be at the Mansour Delane pressure. So I know it's gonna happen. But all I say is that if you want to quote unquote like grift and get your clicks up like that, come here and put the work in. Because that's what we do. That's what we've been doing for the last 6 years.
Getting it in, baby. Getting it in. At Saints Block Pod. That's it.
Or if you're blocked, you can just type it out. You ain't gotta put the at. Just type that shit.
SBP.
The funny thing about the Jeff Duggan thing is like it was like an extended tweet. Like that shit was long, bro. So he could have put more, but anyway. Let's start with the Derek Carr thing.
I was just wondering, like, did he like listen to your actual video? I was like, did he watch your actual video, or did he get like the NFL presser video or whatever and transcribe it? Like,
I would guess it's probably the first. I would guess the first. Anyhow, Derek Carr news-ish, and it's again, if you've been listening to this podcast, you've been listening to us. Like, this isn't news. Like the script is going down exactly how we told you it was going to go down last season, but more trickles comes out. Jordan Schultz. Actually, I think my hotel is right by the Starbucks that the shit went down. But Jordan Schultz tweets tonight basically that, the signs of Derek Carr unretiring and wanting to play for another team and blah, blah in 2026. Like, it's not surprising. And a couple of weeks ago, he said on his fucking podcast I don't listen to regarding like he wants to play for a Super Bowl contender. That shit made me roll my eyes. All that to say, there is a good possibility that Derek Carr will be traded this offseason. Again, the reminder is that because of Mickey Loomis and what the contract and how it's set up, he has a no trade clause. So the Saints don't have any leverage. They don't have any leverage at all whatsoever in terms of where Derek Carr goes. And I've said, I said on an episode a couple of weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago now, like, yeah, I think the division rival Falcons, or like it. I just think that's a team that might be interested in him. One of the first persons I went at this week with Ian Cunningham, the new GM of the Falcons, even though like he doesn't really make final decisions. That's Matt Ryan. I asked him, like, he comes out and says that they're going to cut Kirk Cousins. So no Kirk Cousins, no Michael Penix for the beginning of the season. That situation could make sense. Anyway, all that to say, I am ecstatic that hopefully he will be not even just unretired, just not even thing to do with the Saints anymore. And they may even get some type of draft compensation. Give me.
Don't care what it is. No. Give me. Just be done with it. Bye. Good riddance. But the nerve of him to just be like, I have a certain type of play. I want to be a starter. I want to be for a contender. Bruh. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, who are you, bro? Who are you?
Can't stand him, bro. Can't stand him. Like, I know it's going to happen too, bro. Like, wherever he goes, I know it's going to happen. It's going to be like, it's like the Derek Carr, like, 4 stages of grief. Like, you, like, at first, like, you hype, like, ooh, like, oh, yeah, we could do something with him. He could lead us to the playoffs as a fan. And then, like, maybe, and then, like, 4 games in, you're like, oh, This isn't. This
isn't what I thought it would be. Because like he's like he gives off this aura like, okay, this is a nice, safe quarterback.
Yes.
Give me nice, good, solid baseline, smart quarterback play, and he's not that. Like he's not smart. He brings more angst than you would think. Like it's just like a personality, more angst than you would want. It's
like
not.
I'd rather have Kirk Cousins. Like I'm not like I'm just saying like in a general football sense. Like at least with Kirk, like the angst is going to be very low levels.
Right. I take Kirk. I take Andy Dalton. I take. No thanks.
No. So we'll see how that plays out. It'll be interesting to see if they do get a draft pick, if he is traded, if they do get a draft pick, if that draft pick will be for this upcoming draft in 2026, or maybe next year's draft in 2027. I think it was you posted in our Discord something regarding like Underhill talked about. I think it was Underhill. I don't know, but like potential, like if it is a future draft pick, then maybe that it's kind of like a conditional draft pick where it could get better in terms of what the performance is of the team. Bruh.
I'm with it.
Now If he
Yeah,
gets
if it's
traded
time
to
to
the
playoffs,
Falcons, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he gets traded to the Falcons, and that shit can like rise to like a third. That's the fucking Wario meme. Like I've won.
and then
But
you know
at-
we're gonna be playing them
but
at the
at
end of the
what cost?
season or some shit. You know we'll be playing them at the end of the season.
The Falcons just makes it makes a lot of sense, and it gets so. And I know they're not a quote unquote Super Bowl contender, but I can see like the Falcons being appealing to Carr just for him to think he gonna get his get back. Like, can't wait. Can't wait. Anyhow, I was gonna put this at the end, but I'm gonna put this at the beginning. Just kind of prepping there's some things I can talk about on the pod that I will, and there's some things that I won't, and I'll leave that out. But I think for this offseason for the Saints, with free agency being right around the corner, it starts on March 11th. So that's 2 weeks away. I wanted to have like a consistent idea of just in general. It wasn't just Saints related. I just wanted to know like what the kind of the hubbub was in regards to like the league and anything to look out for. So I reached out to my friend, touched base, and what I was told, and it was refreshing to hear this because it matches exactly the eye test. But what I was told is that the Saints are going to be interested in potentially adding wide receivers in free agency, running backs in free agency, and guards in free agency. And if that does not match everything our eyes saw that the team lacked last season, it's been on our radar for years now. But to hear that, it's like, oh, okay, finally. And I don't know if that's a Kellen thing. I don't know if that's just like you said in the Discord, like the self-scouting of this team. Like to hear that was just. And just another thing I've heard is that the team is interested potentially in free agent tight end David Njoku, formerly of the Browns. So don't know how like mutual that interest is and how high that interest is, but those are three positions: tight end, running back, wide receiver, and guard. All offensive, where it's like, might be time to tool up, bruh. Might be time to tool up.
We need it. Need that tool up now, bro. And plus, it just makes sense. Like, it just makes sense. Obviously, anybody who watched the Saints could see it. And, I mean, Kellen Moore, like, come on, bro. Like, you coaching the team. Like, you know what this team is lacking. Obviously, interior offensive line, been talked about ad nauseum, needs to be the primary focus. I feel like everything reverberates outside of there. You start in the middle. You already got your two bookends. Go attack wide receiver. Like, how high do you go for a wide receiver? Do you go for like a top end free agent? Do you go for like a mid, or do you go for like just a guy that can come in and fill? I don't know. It's interesting how to attack, because you would think like, okay, like would you want a chance and just kind of like wait to see what happens in the draft and maybe get a Cornell Tate or a Lemon or a Tyson? Do you want to like just try to get that position out the way and locked down, checked off as a must before you even get to the draft? I don't know. I don't even know how I would approach it.
I don't either. I'm going to keep this brief, but one player I think that the Saints are interested in is David Edwards. We've talked about speaking of ad nauseum, we talked about David Edwards, the free agent guard from the Bills, ad nauseum. I'm just going to leave it at that. Don't know how that might work in terms of if they're going to be able to get him. But, and the comment that both you and I paid close attention to at the end of the year presser that Mickey Loomis did is he specifically called out Cesar Ruiz and said he needs to, he has to get better. I don't know how content the team is with Cesar Ruiz. I'll put it like that. And when I say
that raised both our eyebrows,
bruh, because it was like the most un-Mickey like comment ever, bro. Like Mickey never talks about players out and publicly. It just I can't even think of like the last time Mickey's done it. If he's ever done it at all, I'm sure he maybe
I tried
has,
thinking
like,
about it for a while. I couldn't come up with anybody.
could not. So I think this team really wants to address the interior. I think this team might even try to address both guard positions, whether that's double free agents, maybe one in free agency, one in the draft, like maybe later. I don't know. But I would say, I don't know if it's this season. I don't know if it's this offseason, but I will say like maybe the time that Cesar Ruiz has been a Saint is getting pretty truncated.
Hey, sorry, Caesar, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what nobody say. Earlier this year, he got benched, bro. Like, I know they said he was hurt, but that was like a hurt benching or something like that. And then he came back and he played solid. Like he played like solid for Caesar standard.
Like the Kyler benching that the Cardinals did.
Right. It was just kind of like, sit down a little bit. And when he came back, I think it was after the Bills game, he played like okay. He played like solid for Caesar's standard.
He was fine.
You got to get better at that position. Like, you got to. You just got to get better. There's no reason to keep kind of kicking the can down the road with him. Just keep hoping like, oh, well, he's eventually going to hit that point. No, you got to get better at that position. Got to.
Especially for, a team, and I think Kellen fundamentally does want to run the football. He wants to take the pressure off Tyler Shuck. He doesn't want, not saying that Shuck potentially can't, but it's easier when there's obviously a strong run game, what have you. And I'm not saying he wants to just automatically emulate what, he ran 2 seasons ago in Philadelphia when they won a Super Bowl. But I think there's a lot of overlap, potentially in terms of what like he wants, for the Saints to be in some ways. And the offensive line, the interior is a huge part of that. Improving the running back position and the depth is a huge part of that as well. And I know it wasn't, and we have to see how this draft plays out, right? And I know it wasn't preferred, right? As much juice that they kind of bypassed on with last year's draft, but you could really see potentially like that being like a foundation setting draft in terms of like meat potatoes. Obviously, you got your quarterback, which is a huge thing potentially, but like overall more meat potatoes. And now it's time to like add the spices. They won it, baby.
Inside the league, second annual draft of the year.
Annual? No, it can't be second annual because it was
it was their second win of the inside. The league,
because the first one was 2017. Yeah, well, 2018, I guess it would have been technically.
Yeah. But can you believe that shit, bro? They out here winning draft awards, bro.
Which is it's funny as shit because I didn't clip it and I didn't get video of it, but Sean Payton talked about that yesterday. About how the 2017 class had won that award for best draft, and that happened like I think after the first year, and even Sean was like, "Man, you got to wait 3 years to get an actual sense of these draft classes. You don't know." But it was. Listen, they have set the foundation. This is not us taking anything away from them, right? What they did last year and last season, and now maybe it's time to, add some very nice accessories. I wouldn't call guard like accessories. But when I I'm talking about running back, tight end, wide receiver. What would your thoughts if they would add David Njoku in free agency?
I don't like it, man. When I saw that he wasn't going back with the Browns, I started watching a little All 22 just to kind of refamiliarize myself with his game. Since I watched him way back when he was coming out. So, I would love him. I would love him with the Saints, bro. From a pass game standpoint, he is kind of Jawine-ish in the sense that he will frustrate you. He drops passes and, just does some frustrating stuff sometimes, but he's a blocker. He blocks. Like, he actually blocks in the run game, in the pass game, blocks in line. You know what I'm saying? He's physical. So he would definitely add that to the team, that dynamic to the team. And it's not like he's a bad pass. Like, Yeah, and he's don't get me wrong, like in the past game, like he could do some wild stuff and make some crazy catches. And that's the frustrating part. Like he would make some like just but now like, wow, how did you catch that? And then just drop like the simple 6-yard out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, come on, bro. So, but I would love adding him. Like, bro, give me like 2-3 more tight ends. I don't care. Give me.
Need him. It's funny, you describing him, we're not going to get to him for our Prospect of the Week series, but, and obviously very different players because different positions, but you describing Njoku kind of sounds like Casey Concepcion a little bit as a prospect, just in terms of just like, we'll see if his drops are like a legit thing, but also how he's like a very frustrating player where he drops a lot of balls as well, but makes like those spectacular, amazing catches. Any other thoughts in terms of maybe like what the Saints want to accomplish in free agency leading up to the draft in April?
No, man. I think the most important thing is that whenever free agency starts and we go through it, it'll provide a lot of clarity for the draft. With all these little mock drafts we're doing, all this speculation and all that. I'm not saying like, okay, if they sign a certain player, that'll prevent them from, signing another player. I mean, drafting a player, but it would just give more clarity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they spend a lot of money on running back, Kenneth Walker, most likely Love ain't getting drafted at 8.
Right.
Most likely. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you still never know. Like sometimes, look, they paid Adrian Peterson 2017 and then drafted Alvin Kamara that same year, and then it was like, shit, we don't even need AP. Get on out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, look, you never know, but I'm just saying it'll at least provide clarity. Is like, okay, what are they going to try to really attack? I think they want to be able to go into the draft like every year, is to be able to go into the draft and just go BPA. Let's just get the best player available and not have to. I remember Mickey saying that, I think in his final presser, like, man, it's going to feel good not to really have to go and draft this position in a draft. Like this one position we got to focus on, just to be able to go in there and say, let's just get like a top of the line player that's on the board, And that's what I hope for. That's why I ain't tripping about who they get.
And in this draft, I think that's so important because the amount of blue chip talent. Like I like this draft. I like this draft. I think it's a deep draft, especially certain positions. I know some people are poo-pooing it, but if you are looking for like a stud, like those first 8 picks, like kind of exactly where the Saints are in is like that's where you got to draft. Like you got to draft them there because after that, there's good players after that, but I won't say like the quality. Like the stars come off a little bit. Like if you going from like a 5-star to make like a 4-star type of player and prospect. Last thing I wanted to hit on is I heard potentially Alontae Taylor might have one of the more expensive contracts in the NFL this offseason.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too, bro. I've been hearing that too. Bro. That's why you talking crazy.
Bro, he the most light-skinned shit ever, bro. The most light-skinned shit. I was just, bro. I need him going, Wolf. Like,
I had to click it off. I'm not listening.
I got through the second tab of it, and I said I can't do no more, bro. I don't.
If he said bro one more time, no, bro, I don't care, bro. Like, nah, man.
I'm like, where's the Alontae I done heard her that matured? Like he's in the playbook now. We back to his light skin tendencies, right? Just gotta need him gone. Just need him gone. And you said that video he posted, bro. You said that video had you hot, bro.
It's annoying me, man. Explaining the meaning of thumbs down. This is not what thumbs down is about. Like, shut up, bro. Get on out of here. Get on. Yes, man. Like you are you're like you're a solid little player, bro. Like talking like you that dude, you that nigga. You ain't like that. Self-belief, man.
Well, and I will say as an NFL player, but especially like as a secondary player, you have to have that. But
100%.
Once that report hits that he signs, I don't know, Jets or the Bears. You know what a sneaky good Alante team is? I don't think they do it, especially if they're going to keep Marlon Humphrey. But like the Ravens just would feel like a sneaky.
I've always felt that way.
When he was at his lowest, I know in the preseason 2 seasons ago, I believe the Ravens had potentially reached out to the Saints about him. So, and if I remember correctly, the Colts this past trade deadline was, that's right, it was the Colts, and they were offering a fourth for Alante. So those are just teams where he could go. But we're gonna take a break right here and then come back, talk combine, what haps, news, everything, my kind of impressions from talking to prospects and talking to different GMs and coaches.
What up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
Okay, we are back. Combine. Let's see. It's just things that changed up here in terms of like the setup, but always just I keep saying this, but like it's an honor to be here. I apologize in Discord for like the lack of amount of people I'm being able to talk to this year compared to last year, just because like nigga, I don't want to be out here in Indianapolis like hobbling around with my plantar fasciitis, re-aggravating it. So being just mindful, taking probably like more breaks and sitting down as opposed to like last year. I was literally standing up from like 7:30 a.m. to like 2:30 p.m., which I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that my condition and what I was, my pain in my foot, like I have to be mindful of that. But got to, speak to Ian Cunningham, Jeff Halfley. Who else did I speak to? I didn't get to ask Ryan Poles a question of the Bears, so that's the GM for the Bears. I didn't get to ask Ben Johnson a question for Chicago, but just general things like, man, I could listen to Ben Johnson talk football all day, bro. Him and Sean Payton, like just listen to them talk football is just a treat to be in front of. Just truly, I'm not. There's no hyperbole. I'm not like it is a treat to be in front and just hear them talk football.
Nah, them dudes there, bro. You just know, like, that's some football. Like, those are football heads, bro. Like, those dudes actually love, and they love to talk football. They love football questions. They don't really like all of like the hoopla, the player signings, and this all the little media stuff. But you ask them about some football shit, some actual football shit, their eyes light up, bro. They love it. They love it.
I got to ask Sean Payton 2 questions. Obviously, the one about Drew Brees and him being the first ballot Hall of Famer. And to Sean's credit, both questions I asked him, he gave very just loquacious responses. Asked him about Drew's return or Drew being in Hall of Fame. Asked about O-line development because it's a thing that I feel like we've mentioned. Like the Saints have drafted these later offensive linemen. They haven't worked out, and they typically haven't worked out kind of post Sean Payton. And then he goes to the Broncos, and besides Garrett Bowles, like
their entire offensive line, like they have a top 3, top 5 offensive line unit, and it's only really one first rounder on the on their line. So just wanted to kind of pick his brain in terms of like what goes into true offensive lineman development. And his response, you can go and check it out. But one thing I will say that was kind of just jumping all over, hearing Jeff Hafley, I stood in front and listened to most of the Jeff Hafley, that's the new head coach of the Dolphins presser, and he got the short end of the stick because he was doing his presser the same time that John Harbaugh and Aaron Glenn were doing their pressers. Ain't nobody in front of the Jeff Hafley presser, bro. But listen to him talk. He's a person where, when people get hired as head coach, he's like, how did he get hired as head coach? Like, he didn't really win it. I think it was at Wisconsin. Didn't really win at Wisconsin.
Boston College.
Sorry, it was Boston College. Thank you.
Yeah.
Didn't win at Boston College, and then he kind of becomes a DC for the Packers out of nowhere, and then he's there for 2 years. But the defenses weren't like elite. They were good, but they weren't like elite,
good, but
fantastic.
It was like,
but then I heard him talk, and I was like, oh, okay. I get it. Like, very engaging, very disarming. I wanted to ask him a question. I think he kind of misunderstood it because I was trying to get to know like what defensive coordinators are looking at when they're evaluating players like a Arvell Reese, like a Micah Parsons, like a Abdul Carter, where they're, kind of multiple position players, but what are the things that defensive head coaches are looking for first and foremost when they're scouting? But he still gave a great answer in terms of just edges and defensive linemen in general. Anything, you wanted to kind of just ask my impressions of, me being here?
No, man, I thought the videos were just great. I love like hearing from guys like Hafley because I had no opinion of him, going in, and then just to hear, his comments on, interesting questions. Then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I get why, he's being selected to be a head coach.
Yes.
Or why he had this kind of, a lot of people just spoke highly of him and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, bro, I just think it's whole interesting just having SBP out there, bro, in the mix. In the mix, talking to head coaches and oh shit, here go the alert.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Still plugging you in. Just hold on for 1 minute. Shit, got 9%. We're gonna have to wrap this up, bro.
All right. I'm gonna edit all this out anyway.
Yeah.
Really quickly, wanted to hit on some of the players I was able to speak to. Talked to Peter Woods today. I 100% understand why he's going to rise up draft boards.
Oh,
just
bro, I love that. I love that one, bro.
Simply his personality.
Yeah.
Ruben Bain, great answers. Spoke to him. One thing that stood out to me, just being like in front of the podium, he don't like. It's a weird thing because he don't even look like a defensive end, which is so like just like his. I can't even.
How tall was he from your perspective? Like, how tall was he?
I don't even want to say because it was hard for me to like get. I don't even want to throw that out there. But
okay,
he just felt very not. Like, he didn't seem like a I don't know, like a Chase Young or a Myles Garrett or something like that. But then you put the tape on and you see it. So like tomorrow for him is going to be so key because the defensive linemen and the linebackers work out tomorrow. It's going to be super key for him. And who else did I was it? Lee Hunter, Texas Tech defensive tackle, goon, like straight goon.
Where's he slated? Where's he slated to go? Second round.
I think what he's done at the Senior Bowl and his tape is good too. I think he going. I would say either round 2 or maybe early round 3, but I would likely probably say round 2. Like people are saying like it's him and Peter Woods in terms of like defensive tackle of which one may go first. But we want to keep this short, kind of wrap it up. Don't want Ryan's computer just dying out of nowhere. But
keep going till it dies, bro. I don't care.
But tomorrow I'll be, actually watching the drills. I wasn't able to stay last year to watch the on-field drills, but tomorrow I will be in Lucas Oil to see the defensive linemen work out, to see the linebackers work out. So that's Reese, that's David Bailey, that's Ruben Bain, that's Peter Woods. It's going to be a wild show. And then tomorrow, in terms of the podium and the pressers, that is DBs. So Caleb Downs, Monsieur Delane. I want to get Scott from Miami. Hopefully I can get a question into him. So anyway, all that to say, it's just an experience. Love being here. It's a lot of work, but it's not something that I take for granted. And all of this is because of like y'all. If y'all are listening to this, y'all watching this, however it is, y'all are the reason that we are able to be here, because it's kind of hard to ignore us at this point. And we appreciate all of that y'all do for support. I know I'm saying this late, but if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Patreon.com/Slinks Block Party. Help us continue to come to these things like this. Planning to have our draft party meetup for all our Patreons in April in New Orleans. So this is just what we do. And Ryan and I are just very, very proud of what we've built community-wise and everything in every direction that our brand, our company, and this podcast is going.
For real.
So with that, we will wrap up. The plan is this upcoming weekend. Speaking of that, plan is this weekend. Hopefully we can get a Prospect of the Week episode in. I think I've started watching Malachi Lemon, so maybe we'll just do Malachi Lemon and we'll wait for Delane to do his later. Because I got some, and especially because he's working out and he's going, and that's another thing I want to just throw in. There's a lot of players.
They working out this year, bro.
Working out, bro. And I just think there are a lot of competitors in this draft class. Like a lot of dogs, Bain, Downs, Bailey.
Reese.
Like it doesn't like Reese. Like it doesn't shock me that they're working out, but it's so like refreshing to be like
refreshing, bro.
Like, woo!
Refreshing. Every time I saw it, I'm like, thank you.
Jordan Tyson, he's gonna wait till his pro day. Hey, he's coming back from his injury. Coming back from his hamstring, Wolf. I'm coming some slack.
Do you, bro? Just do you, Tyson, bro. Just do you.
Anyhow, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back hopefully this weekend with Prospect of the Week for Patreon only for the 2-week early release. And we'll be back next week as the week before free agency kicks off as we talk about what we would want in free agency. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. With that, we are out.
Peace.